huddle. Even though we don't have a lot of noise during practice, the guys do focus on making sure the quarterback is loud in the huddle and everybody's hearing everything. So, but you still got to be concerned about that to a certain extent. But for the most part, we've been pretty good.
And about the chemistry between the O-line and the QB, what's the main thing to repeat
yes.
to be efficient?
Well, it comes down to being consistent. I think every team builds a certain relationship, and offensive linemen, period, always are very unique. They have a special bond to one another. But again, they also know they're there to protect the quarterback, and everything starts with the quarterback. So there's always going to be a special bond. You can even see when the quarterback gets hit or if there's a sack, the first thing to do, the offensive linemen are running to him to pick him up. So you can see there's something special there.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
What's the biggest challenge when it seems like you have to incorporate different receivers coming back every week. What's the biggest challenge for the offensive staff?
Well, the first thing we had to figure out who was going to be playing before we start game planning. And then we identify who the guys are playing, what position they're going to be in, and then make the plays accordingly. But you try to look at the talent that you have, and as we move guys around. The one thing I've been impressed with is all the guys have been ready to play. Even though they've been out for a certain period of time, they've been locked in. That goes for the guys who've been playing and the guys who also have been on the practice roster. So it's a very impressive group.
Art's been doing a good job for us. I'll tell you what, he's right in his playbook since we started training camp. He's a real cerebral player, and he's got a very good understanding and feel for the game, and knows how to get us lined up back there and does a good job. We talk about the free safety position, quarterbacking us back there, and for a young guy, really, it's about reps and being able to see it. But he's done a really good job, and that's a testament to him and how well he's prepared himself. And then the other thing is when you get out there, it's one thing to do it in walkthroughs and in the classroom and in the meeting rooms, but when you get out there, he is efficient with what he does. So been real proud of how he's approached the game, and look forward to seeing when he gets an opportunity to play.
About Dequois, always tough to replace a player like him.
Well, we're not talking about replacing anybody. Yeah. So, we always talk about our hanger and next guy up mentality, and when there's opportunities for guys, we're just at day 2 of practice, so we don't know how things are going to shake out when it comes to game time. So we get guys ready at multiple positions. We know we've got, with our roster depth, we got to make sure we build depth within our roster because we're limited body-wise, so guys got to know multiple positions and play multiple positions. That's the other thing with Art. We played him in multiple positions, and he's fit right in. And so, for a rookie, as I said, he's prepared himself real well, and when he gets live reps in practice, he's right there. So happy with what he's done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry if you answered this. I missed the start of this conversation, but the Lions, I think it's the most points you allowed this year and the most yards maybe you allowed this year. Pierrot Lestage after the game was talking about a good timing to lose a game like that, with the previous games. Would you agree that it's?
I don't think there's good timing to lose a football game. Absolutely not. But we're not going to dwell on it. We learn from it and move forward. That's absolutely our mentality. That's how we approach things. We always know whether you win or lose. There's always things we always work on to get better. So our approach doesn't change whether we win or lose. We know we're never going to be perfect. There's always areas we need to fix, and there's some things that we need to address. And these guys are excited to get back out on the practice field and correct those things. So. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. Losing not fun, but you learn when you lose, and you move forward.
What have you seen from the films that maybe other teams hadn't done against you that the Lions did? Have you seen something special that they made better than you?
I wouldn't be talking about that stuff on film. There's no question. We wouldn't be talking. We'll talk about it in our meeting rooms and make sure we work it on the practice field.
Have you seen areas where they've been better than other teams maybe?
No, I think we got to get aligned correctly, and if we're aligned correctly, we take care of 90% of the down, and that's it. It's like anything. You got to get lined up, and when opportunities present themselves to make plays, you've got to make plays, and we got to coach it better. I got to coach it better, and when we get out there, we just got to make sure that we get lined up and do the things we're supposed to do. Everybody, it's about doing your job.
Well, talking about Calgary who's coming up, what kind of challenge do their offense present you?
Well, I always thought they're an explosive team. There's no question. Whether it's at the skill positions, I think they've got skill across the board. They've got a quarterback that's been very accurate. They don't give up a lot of sacks. They've been efficient in the run game. So I think they're, when you talk from an offensive perspective, I think they're a challenge. There's no question about it. So they're right in the thick of things, and we know they always play us tremendously tough, and likewise, we feel that way. So, but we really focus on us and the things that we need to do.
The position that you practice today and yesterday, is it the position that you are the most that you played often?
Yeah, I mean, all my life I've played free safety and strong safety down in the South, and now coming up to Canadian ball, I mean, we only have the free safety, so naturally it fit in as my position. And yeah, I've been taking reps at there, Sam, throughout my time with Montreal, and I'm very comfortable in that position and ready to go, ready for the moment.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Merci
absolutely.
beaucoup.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yes.
How do you feel about the opportunity to get some more snaps on defense here?
Definitely excited to get some opportunities. I mean, you dream every single day about this moment. Unfortunately, it's not happening under the best circumstances, but it's here now, so take it and just squeeze all the life out of it that I can. Yeah.
How would you describe your playing style in the secondary? You mentioned that you've played a lot of safety and some Sam. How would you describe your style?
I would say that I'm a technically sound guy. I like to make sure that all my responsibilities are taken care of. I like to make sure that my teammates hear me, they know what I'm saying on the field, and as well I like to make sure that we're talking out there, making sure that everyone's on the same page. So I mean, naturally like that, I feel like in the past I've been a leader. I'm definitely a rookie now, so it's a lot more than leading in the past, but you got to do your part, and you got to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's at all times. And so for me, that's the biggest thing, going out there doing my job. But in terms of the way I play, I think I'm a fast physical player.
You've had to wait patient. I mean, it's week 15. Yeah. How much of a mental grind is that to go from an every down guy in school to have to kind of playing on special teams, playing well on special teams, but having to wait to get your opportunity to play?
I feel like that's the way football goes. You get into one level, you work your way up, and then once you're at the top, you sort of got to restart again. So I take it with a grain of salt. I've been enjoying my time on special teams. It's a privilege to be able to be on the field at any time. So right now, getting some snaps on defense, just want to get back into that natural feel of being on the field at all times and just enjoying myself out there. There's nothing more that you can do. There's nothing more that you can do to prepare. I've been preparing like a starting safety the whole time I've been here, so just go out there and enjoy myself.
I don't know how much you've had an opportunity to dig into Calgary. I know they were here once before earlier this season, but just what have you noticed from the Stampeders? And it looks like they're going to go back to Jake Mayer this week.
I mean, yeah, they like to throw the ball. They got some good receivers, and they got a pretty good O-line. But, I mean, the last time we played them, they came out with a game plan. Not sure if they'll come out with the similar game plan, but it's all about adjusting on the fly on defense. So, see what they give us and make our adjustments and then continue to do our thing. Yeah.